Hey, how's it go? The video is finally here. It's finally here. I've been asked many times after I just moved in to do a manga collection tour of my manga collect. Yes, I have been asked that many times, and I'm gonna get into it in like a minute. But let me just answer some questions that I'm asked frequently, sometimes, kind of. Where do you buy your shelves? These black shelves right here, just basic black Target shelves, nothing crazy. I just get them at Target. It doesn't really do anything. I have two brown shelves over there. You can kind of see them. Those honestly have just been kind of passed down through my family. I think some of my cousins had them, and I just took them because I was collecting manga at the time, and I just wanted the shelves. And then those shelves, I literally have no clue. I'm not even using them for manga. I probably won't. I literally just have like zero clue about them. Two, how do you buy so much manga? Honestly, I have a very good job. Like, my job is pretty good. I make good money, but also I just buy cheap manga. I buy it on eBay. I buy it on Facebook Marketplace. Crunchyroll.store, very, very good. I have a membership to Books A Million. It works like every single time. I get like 10% off, plus like I get some coupons and stuff. Every time I buy like technically $125 manga, I split the two orders. $25, I get $5 off. $100, I get $25 off. Or like I get like 50 off. Or like I get $150 worth of manga. Then 50, I get like $10 off. 100, I get $25. You get what I mean. Like, you understand. All right, I'm using my money wisely. And that's really it. And then I read down here. I buy all my manga, and I'm chilling. Oh yeah, someone asked if this is a house or an apartment. This is a house. I don't live here. This is not an apartment. If this was an apartment, all my manga would be in boxes. I would never, ever have my main room just be manga. I know a lot of people do that. I couldn't do that. I like have people come over. People come over to my house, and they're like, "Why do you have?" No one comes down here besides me. This is my goon cave. All right, I'm gonna start the video now. All right, so we are at the collection. I will say I own a lot. There isn't really a certain way I organize this. I guess I'll just start down here. These are my comic books. I have Saga, which was recommended by a viewer. They actually paid me money, so I kind of have to read it. And I got Watchmen, Batman, The Court of Owls, Superman, All-Star Superman, and then Batman Hush. I've read two of these. I've read Batman, Court of Owls, and All-Star Superman. Both are great. Yeah, so those are my comic books. Over here, the GOAT East Coast Manga gave me this volume. Ultimate Muscle. It's like $200, by the way. I don't know if I should sell that. I don't know if I should keep. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm probably gonna keep it just because he was so kind to give it to me for basically for free. But you know, whatever. Here's a roller coaster me and my friend built. It like moves on its own too. It's like pretty cool. Yeah. Actually, funny story about this volume. I'm gonna just say it anyway. I paid $200 for a Terraformers set. I bought Terraformers off of him. It's like $20. I paid $200, and he gave me this volume, which is worth $200. So if I sold this, I basically got Terraformers for free. But you know, whatever. Thank you, East Coast Manga. Whatever. All right, first up here. Again, I don't organize shit anyway. Actually, I'm gonna do box sets first. Got Demon Slayer. Really like Demon Slayer. It definitely has a lot of flaws, but it's very good. One Piece. Box set 1, 2, 3, and 4. All the manga are in the box sets, by the way. One Piece is my third favorite series of all time. It's genuinely incredible. The only issue, and I mean it, the only issue One Piece has is the pacing sometimes. Like, genuinely, it's incredible. After that, I got Bleach box set 1 and 2. This is slowly turning into one of my favorite series. I've read most of this. I have like 3 volumes left of box set 2. But yeah, this series, incredible. Yeah, it's just like really, really good. Claymore, box set 1, I've read 6 volumes of this. It's ramping up to getting better. It's like really ramping up. To that, I got Naruto, box set 1. I've read 4 volumes of this, and I do not see the hype, but I've read 4 volumes. So like, what can I really say? Tokyo Ghoul Re, I have the first Tokyo Ghoul, I just don't own a box set of it. And I have not read this. And then Bakuman, I've read 1 volume of, and I thought it was pretty good. But I read 1 volume. All right, we're gonna go starting all the way up here. Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is very, very good. I've read to volume 11. I've only went to 16. I've read to volume 11, and it is very, very good. I really enjoyed the first volumes, or the first 11 volumes. Honestly, it kind of gets to a slow start, which is pretty surprising that, like, so many people enjoyed the anime, because I honestly think until the Katana Man fight, it gets good. But, you know, it still is, like, incredible read. So many plot twists, so many well-written characters, incredible story, you know, beautiful themes, whatever. It's just like basically a very good series, in my opinion. Next, I got Blood on the Tracks. I don't talk about this a lot. I've only went through 17. I don't talk about this a lot, but it is, like, one of my favorite series of all time. Probably top 20. Actually, definitely top 20. My favorite horror manga of all time. It's the most terrifying thing I've ever read. It's even scarier when you apply some of this stuff to, like, everyday life, and that's when it gets really scary. I got Kagurabashi Volume 1. Haven't read this yet. Just got it. I'll probably read it soon. You know, it's all the rage. Like, it's actually all the rage. Dandadan Volumes 1 through 8. The anime's coming out. People are loving it. I think Volume 3 is where, like, Ara's backstory is. I think it's going to end with, like, Gigi and, like, just meeting him, though. I don't think it'll end, like with his arc concluded. But yeah, Dandadan is incredible manga. Honestly, I kind of like the manga more, but it's a toss-up because they're really making this anime very good. I got Alice in Borderland Volumes 1 through 9, to, like, top 10 series of all time. One of my favorites, 10 out of 10. Incredible read. There's story about, you know, these guys, you know, these friends who are basically sick of life. They don't really know what to do with themselves, and they're pretty lost, and they get transported to this world. It's kind of an isekai, but it doesn't follow any, like, the isekai tropes. They get transported to this world, and, like, hijinks ensue, but also it's, like, the scariest death game of all time. It, like, actually makes you feel like you're in the game. The first game had me jumping up and down with excitement, like, after they survived. Like, oh my god, was it insane. Next, we got Link Click Volume 1. I also just bought this. I love the anime, so I got this. And I'm pretty sure this isn't even, like Link Click is, like, an anime original. They, like, made it into a manga, which is pretty weird, but whatever. Shoten Volumes 1 through 5. Very good series. That's all I have to say. It's great comedy manga. Like, really, really just unique in terms of, like the sport it's adapted, because it's a sports series. It's like made like a sports manga, but like the sport it's adapting is like just like an incredibly creative idea, which, you know, you gotta give them props. Yomotsu Heiki Volumes 1 through 3. I've read Volume 1. I'm probably gonna finish this probably around the end of this year, maybe beginning of next year. I usually, like, when I get a short series like Yomotsu Heiki, I like to buy, like, all the volumes and then read it. But Volume 1 is very good. The art is incredible. Premise is interesting. So yeah. Banana Fish, haven't read Volumes 1 through 3. Orb on the Movements of the Earth, Volumes 1 through 3. I read the first volume. First volume I loved. Idea is so creative, but also so simple. Love the characters. The art is just really, really simplistic, but also just really good, and it's really flowy. Like, your eyes can keep track, like, all the time. And yeah, like, it's just a very retrospective series because they're talking about these huge topics that, you know, as the reader, I already know the Earth centers around the sun, but the way they talk about it, it just makes it so much more interesting. Next, I got Grass. This is incredibly underrated. I think more people should read this. More people do not have enough of this in their collection. Incredible. I don't know if it's a biopic. I don't think it's about someone, but it's a story about, like, this young girl in the middle of, like, the Japanese-Korean War. It's one of the saddest things I've ever read. Like, genuinely, everyone should give this a read. Next, I got After God Volume 1. This just came out. Very, very good. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. I mean, I'm probably going to give more thoughts in my reading log. I got Inuyashiki Volume 1. This honestly probably takes the cake for fastest I've cried in a volume. It's about this guy who, like, is very inadequate in his life. His family doesn't really like him very much, and, you know, he's pretty down in the dumps about it, and he becomes a superhero. That's really it. It's very cheesy, but it's, like, just so good. They got Slam Dunk Volumes 1 through 31. Top 10 favorite series of all time. I'm a sports medicine connoisseur, if you didn't know, and I love this manga. It is like genuinely incredible read, so good, great characters. My only issue, and I genuinely believe this, my only issue is the ending. I think the ending is just like too rushed. Next, I got Blue Box volumes 1 through 11. Volumes 1 through 11, very good. I've read volume 11, I think I have, but yeah, incredible read. Anime's coming out. Go watch the anime if you don't want to, spend money on the manga. Like, yeah, genuinely one of the best romances I've ever read. Next, I got Hell's Paradise, volumes 1 through 13. Read to volume 5. I feel like I'm a broken record here, and you're gonna hear this a lot. Very good. Art is incredible. Pacing is incredible. Characters are super, super fun. Like, genuinely, like, the setting is basically perfect. Incredible read. You should read it. Fire Punch, unpopular opinion, I think Fire Punch is better than Chainsaw Man. It's a lot more retrospective with also being a lot funnier. And I don't think it's harder. Like, I feel like right at chapter 1 is when when it jumps off and it becomes incredible. I think Chainsaw Man takes a little bit for it to really find itself and, get onto the train tracks of being incredible. I think Fire Punch, just is quicker with that. And the ending is, so abstract, but just so, I don't even know, otherworldly, I guess. It's so hard to talk about it without getting into spoilers. And it's actually just so hard to talk about it in general. So I don't even know what the fuck happened, but genuinely very good. Next, I got Psalm 100, volumes 1 through 15. This manga is one of the funniest manga I've ever read. It's incredible. I love this manga. I love the anime. I don't care how many delays it got. I would have watched that shit if it came out 5 years later. I still would have watched that shit. Well, I don't know if I would have because it's not 5 years later, guy. But Psalm 100, incredible read. Volume 16 is coming out. Volume 15, they literally just ended a giant arc that some of the characters had, and I literally couldn't have asked for a better ending. Next, I have The Fable, volumes 1 through 4. I've read the first 2 or 3 volumes. This is probably going to be one of my new favorites. The pacing, genuinely perfect. The comedy, incredible. The art, basically perfect. The way characters talk, it just seems so real. The conversations are so flowy. I literally cannot praise this manga enough. It's going to become a new favorite. I already know. Next, I got Real, volumes 1 through 15. I also bought this from East Coast Manga. He's the GOAT. And yeah, East Coast Manga. Well, not East Coast Manga. The manga Real. One of my favorites of all time. It's in my top 10. Better than Slam Dunk, in my opinion. It's about wheelchair basketball, but it's also not about wheelchair basketball. It's about life. It's about getting second chances. It's about the struggles of being in a wheelchair. And I've cried I feel like I've cried in every single one of these volumes. I genuinely, I could pull out a volume and I'd probably see wet marks in here. Just how much I cried. It's genuinely so goddamn good. There's one character in here. I know this manga is super out of stock. Read it online. I swear to God, just read it online. There's one character in here so it's about wheelchair basketball. It's about people in wheelchairs. There's one character who recently gets into a wheelchair, and it is one of the saddest, most depressing things I've ever read. And it really shows the struggle of starting again in a place that you're so uncomfortable with. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Next, I got Full Metal Alchemist, volumes 1 through 18. I'm at volume 10 or 11. I kind of stopped because I couldn't find volume 11 literally anywhere, and I just didn't have time reading it. But Full Metal Alchemist is very good. It kind of does everything right without doing anything extraordinarily good. I think the main character is very good, but he kind of is only great when he's with, Alphonse. When he's with, I don't even know if he'd be a deuteragonist. He's kind of just a second main character. Because a deuteragonist opposes, but is also kind to the main character. They're more just they're both connecting to the main character. They're both just main characters. I would say Mustang is more of a Mustang. What's this guy's name? I forgot this guy's name. This is Mustang, right? Yeah. I feel like this guy is more of a deuteragonist than Alphonse. Whatever. Who cares? Very, very good series. I heard the ending is incredible. Can't wait to read it. Next, I got Blue Lock, volumes 1 through 15. Top 10 favorite series of all time. Again, I'm a sports fanatic. I love the way Blue Lock talks about sports. I think Blue Lock represents sports the best out of any series. At least entertainment value. Like, you can look at a Haikyuu, you can look at a Slam Dunk. They definitely represent it the most because it's the most realistic. You know, they represent it the best. But Blue Lock, like, finds the line between, like, entertainment but also realism, and it literally hits it perfectly. Like, there's not a move in this manga, maybe a couple, but okay, by the way, I'm a soccer fan. I should probably mention that. Most of the moves in this manga, like, happen in real life. They're crazy, you know, crowd screaming moves that teenagers are doing, you know, pretty easily, but they happen. So it helps with, like, the actual manga. And then I have the side story, which is very good. Dr. Stone, volumes 1 through 26. I'm at volume 7 or 8. Very good. Can't wait to continue the rest of this manga. Like, genuinely very, very good. Love the characters. Love the story. The pacing's great. There isn't really a lot of, like, agency, I believe, though. Like, I feel like I want more agency. I want more suspense. But, like, that's really the only issue I have with this. At least right now. That's the major issue. I have the Nude Model and Other Stories by Tsubasa Yamaguchi, author that made Blue Period, so basically one of my favorite authors. I haven't read this yet, though. I do plan on reading it soon. Then I got Medalist, volumes 1 through 5. I read the first 2 volumes. Actually, did you know, the author of Medalist came out and said Blue Period was very good. So, from one author to another, I'm not an author, I'm saying this author to this author, she obviously knows her stuff. So I like Medalist. Well, also Medalist is just very good. Next, I have my favorite series of all time, Haikyuu. I know it's weird. If you watch any of my other collection videos, I always start with Haikyuu. Not this one. Here's Haikyuu. I've read the entire thing multiple times. I've watched the anime multiple times. Haikyuu's incredible. Go read it. It's my favorite of all time. Genuinely one of the best things I've ever read. Actually, one of the best things I've ever experienced. Yeah, that's really it. That's really all I gotta say about it. I mean, I could go on and on about it, but I'm not. I don't want this video to be 2 hours long. It definitely will be, though. And then I got the 3-in-1s. Fuck me. I just said I tripped up because there's not 3 of them. But yeah, I have the 2 3-in-1s that are out right now. I'm rereading the series. Very good. And then I got Kaiji, volumes 1 through 5. One of the smartest manga I've ever read. Probably the smartest, honestly. It beats Death Note, beats Oshinoko. It creates these, like, very, very simple games and creates them and makes them so interesting and just so, I don't even know, like, creative, but also just so, like, nuanced that, like, it's just so intelligent, okay? All right, now we're going all the way back down to here. I'm going to go a little bit quicker now. Summertime Rendering, I've never read. Death Note, well, volumes 1 through 5, but I haven't read this yet. Death Note, volumes 1 through 6. I finished this. I actually like the ending. I actually like Nier and Mello. I actually think they're great villains. They're not L, obviously. L is, like, the best the series has to offer. But I do still think they're very, very good. And I actually like that Light gets, like, kind of nerfed here because you actually get to see his weaknesses in terms of intelligence. Like, realistically, not everybody is smart at every single little thing. He's obviously going to have some weaknesses. So I like how it's when it comes to, like, oh, he's granted a very high position in power. He doesn't really know what to do with it. So his intelligence kind of lacks there. I actually really like that. So yeah, I actually like the ending. Happiness, volumes 1 through 10. Very good, very abstract ending. If you like Blood on the Tracks, read this. You're going to love it. By the same author. I'm also trying to get, it's not in this collection, but I'm trying to get Welcome Back Alice. I've been thinking about it just because of the author name. Like, I just love the author. Planet Test, volumes 1 and 2. Very good, story about life. Same author of Vinland Saga, so it's obviously going to be very good. I love this manga, and I don't really like Vinland Saga all that much, at least of what I've read so far. So I'm praying that Vinland Saga is as good as this, if not better. Because then I know I'm going to really like Vinland Saga. All You Need Is Kill, the single volume. It's very good. There's an American movie based off this, and it's very good. Uzumaki, not as good. I think it's incredible. Like, the horror, like, in this manga is very, very good, but the characters are always lackluster. That just happens in Junji Ito's stories. I'm a very character-centric person. I love characters, and they just seem super basic in here, and I don't really care for them. Chojin X, volumes 1 through 5. I hate these spines. That's all I have to say. I read the first 2 volumes. They're very good. Look Back. The movie came out of this, and everyone loves it. I honestly think Look Back is good, not great. I think Goodbye Eri is better though, and then we're gonna get to it pretty soon. Well, maybe not pretty soon. Dorohei Doro, volumes 1 through 6, haven't read. Master Keaton, haven't read. Gluttner, volumes 1 through 3, I have read. Very good. I'm not really looking to collect it right now, but this has been in my collection for like ages. Like, I've had this for so long, but I've just never gotten to collecting the rest of it. Tokyo Ghoul, volumes 1 through 14. I've read the first like 8 or 9 volumes. I think I'd have to look back, but yeah, incredible manga. Beginning of Tokyo Ghoul is pretty slow, and then as soon as Kaneki turns into like his edgy form or whatever, it's like deeper than that, but you know what I mean. Until like Kaneki turns into like what most people know him as, is when it really starts to like pick up the pace. But I'm not saying like this is bad or anything, but it's more about world building. It's more about developing characters. It is when stuff actually starts to like get into motion. Batman and the Justice League. I don't know why I bought this. I just saw it at Half Price Books and I got it, and I haven't read it yet. And the 4th volume didn't even come out. It's in Japan. They just never released it in America. Goodnight Poon Poon, volumes 1 through 7. I mean, I don't really have to talk about this much. I'm pretty sure all of you have heard of it. Incredible read. Very good. Pegasus shit is boring as shit, though. I don't even care. Fist of the North Star, volumes 1 through 4. Love this manga. I love how the like blood splats like continue through the volume. That's super cool. Yeah, Fist of the North Star is very, very good. It's super badass. It's very like JoJo's. It's just so cool. Like, it's genuinely just like such a cool read. If you want to feel cool, read Fist of the North Star. It is like the Giga Chad read. Tokyo These Days, I haven't read it yet. DRCL Midnight Children, very good. Kind of slow right now. The pacing's a bit wonky, but the art is legit perfect. Like, if you want perfect art, I don't say this about art because art is like incredibly subjective. If you want perfect art, read any Shinichi Sakamoto work. You're gonna find it. Seal the Celestial Shadows, volumes 1 through 3. I read the first volume. I loved it, and I need to read these other 2 because they're very good. Terraformers, volumes 1 through 20. I've read the first 4 volumes. Very good as well. Girls Last Toy, I've read this entire thing. Very introspective. Starts off very slow, but it gets quicker and quicker, and it starts, talking about these themes about like, what does it mean to be human? What's the difference between man and machine? Stuff like that. I don't even know. I'm blanking on this manga, and the ending had me choking up. By the way, it's incredible. Next is The Horizon. I'm stumbling over my words today. I'm really cooked. I'm just trying to go quick because we're already 20 minutes in the video, and we're not close to done yet. So The Horizon, volumes 1 through 3, very good. Top 10, whatever. The Boxer, volumes 1 through 8, second favorite manga / manhwa of all time. Like, incredible read. Jungle Juice, volumes 1 through 4, I've read the first 2 volumes. I think it's fine. Gachiakuta, volumes 1 through 4, I've read the first volume. I think it's very good. I'm excited to read the rest of it. I don't really know. I know a lot of people have been commenting about this manga, though, and I want to get into it more. Just haven't really had the time. 20th Century Boys, volumes 1 through 2. Very, very good, except for the fact that I haven't read it yet. Vinland Saga, volumes 1 through 13. I've read the first 2 volumes. Aside from some moments, this has been pretty boring, honestly. I'm liking it. I like the main character. I like the other guy. I forgot his name, bro. What was the brother's name who like took care of Thorfinn? He was like, but Thorfinn wanted to kill him and shit. I don't even know, but it's very good. It does feel like we're in the setup phase, though, and it's very, very slow. But we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. Next, I see Windbreaker. I do see Windbreaker, volumes 1 through 8. Windbreaker is very good in my opinion. It's definitely picking up. I heard a lot of people. The anime is like the first 5 volumes. I heard a lot of people talking about how it's very basic and it's very boring and formulaic and dumb or whatever. True. I think it picks up so much at volume 6. That's this giant battle royale, and like it's the entirety of volume 6 and 7. It's incredible. If they do it justice in the anime, it's like people are gonna love it. It's super, super good. Next, I got Homunculus, volumes 1 through 5 or 1 through 10. I read this entire thing. Super good. The ending is incredible. It's just like the most disgusting thing I've ever read. Like, don't actually read it. Like, I'm telling you now, if you're using this video as like, what should I start with? Don't start with this. First off, I have a video for that. Go in my videos tab and look at that one. But like, don't start with this one. You got Tokyo Avengers, volumes 1 through, what is this, 13? So that's like divided by 2. Very good. Tokyo Avengers is very, very good. I'm at like volume one of these two, I think. And it is incredible. I'm loving Tokyo Avengers right now. The characters are incredible. I actually really like the main character. He definitely has flaws, but you know, he's still like a great main character for the overall cast. He's a great foil to most of the characters. And he just has really great chemistry with a lot of people. I love like the world they're building with all these different, you know, Tokyo fucking mafia gangs or whatever. These Tokyo gangs. These Tokyo Avengers, if you will. Genuinely incredible read. But I literally know, I've heard it so many times that this series falls off. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty soon. But I'm just enjoying my ride, alright? And then I got the 2 volumes of A Letter from Keisuke Baji. Did you know this is like 8 volumes? Why did they make this volume so skinny? It like pissed me off. Whatever. I haven't read this, by the way. Initial D, I tried reading the first volume. It was pretty boring for me. I couldn't really get into it, but I'm going to, you know, stick to it. I'm going to finish the first volume. Probably going to read the first 2 or 3, and then if I don't like it, I'll probably sell it. March Comes In Like a Lion, volumes 1 and 2. I haven't read this yet. Silent Voice, volumes 1 through 7, I have read this. It's incredible start to finish, but I do think it gets bogged down and giving too many characters, too many backstories. There's a character in here that we're told got bullied as a kid, and that's all we need to know. We literally, just telling us he gets bullied, we understand his character now, but they show like his entire backstory for legit no reason. Like, we already know, like, we can guess from his actions he was bullied. Like, look at him, like, we know he's bullied. That was a joke. And we like see his backstory, and we see another girl's back. Like, we just don't care. I genuinely don't care. Undead Unluck, volumes 1 through 5. I own the first. Well, I own all of them, but I read the first volume. Very good. Power system has a lot of potential. Like, just like really good overall. I have the Demon Slayer side story. This is okay. If you're a fan of Rengoku or Gyu, you'll like it. I got Vagabond, volumes 1 through 9, and then 11 and 12. I'm trying to find volume 10 before I start, like, reading the series, but I've read the first 3 volumes. I really liked it, but it's not on the same level as Vagabond and Slam Dunk for me yet. I want it to be, but it's just not there yet, and I'm hoping it gets there, because I've heard a lot of good things about this, especially, like, there's apparently, like, a last arc that they get to before it goes on indefinite hiatus. And apparently that's like the greatest arc in manga. So I really want to read it, and I'm very excited. Next I got Hunter x Hunter, volumes 1 through 37. I've read the first like 14 or 13 volumes, something around there, 14 or 15. Very good. I'm like around halfway there. A little bit less than halfway through what, you know, is out right now. Very good. I think the main issue of Hunter x Hunter is just the art. The art is just very bare bones. I'm not watching the anime, by the way. The anime is not good. The pacing is way too slow in the anime. I think the pacing is genuinely perfect in the manga. In the manga, the pacing is perfect. And the anime is just genuinely way too slow. But the Hunter x Hunter manga does the pacing perfectly. And yeah, the art is just really not to my liking. The art is like just really hard to read sometimes. Though the action is super smooth. I don't know how they do it, but the action is genuinely incredible. I have Your Name, haven't read this yet. Your Lie in April, volumes 1 through 11. Probably my top 5, maybe, I don't even know. And then I have Your Lie in April, the omnibus, which I'm gonna start reading. I'm like rereading this series as well. It's the only, Haikyuu and Your Lie in April are the only 2 series I'm rereading right now. I would do it with like The Boxer. It's never gonna get another edition, so why would I reread it? And then also One Piece has multiple editions. I'm not rereading 100 volumes. Actually, more than 100. I'm not rereading it. I'm not even done with One Piece. So, yeah, I'm not rereading that. All right. Over here. Time to get into the chair. I've been standing for a little bit. Time to get into the chair. Next, I got Attack on Titan, volumes 1 through 34. I've read to volumes 17 or 18. I really liked it. There's just something about it that's just not clicking with me. I got to the part where like the blonde-haired girl like becomes like the queen of the world or whatever, and it's good. Like, it's very good. It's just like something's not clicking with me, but I do hear that like literally in like 2 or 3 volumes, it's about to get good. So yeah, like it's like that's like where it starts to get really, really good. So yeah. Next, I got Hiding Closer, volumes 1 through 7. This series is incredible. It's very basic shonen. Like, it starts off very basic, and it feels like very played out and very cliche. Like, you can tell where it's going, and the characters just aren't very interesting. There's nothing really that stands out about it, except for its themes about what it means to be a man, how do you become confident, stuff like that, which is very interesting. And this manga tackles it in a very interesting way, and the ending is one of the best endings I've ever read. Incredible ending. Next, I got Cross Game. Haven't read this. Blackguard, one of the worst manga I've ever read. It's very bad. It's very boring. The art is really, really bad. Story is non-existent. The characters, they don't do anything. It's like, if you like BL, if you like boys love, you'll probably like this, but I can't even guarantee you that. I'm losing my voice. This is very early in the morning, by the way. I got Hero Tales, volume 1. I've read this volume, just your classic, nothing burger of a shonen. I literally made a manga about how saying something is cliche or unique doesn't mean anything. And that's true. This is just, good pacing, good characters, good this, good that. Like, it's just like a very overall good series. It's an all-rounder of a manga. And I enjoyed it, but it's probably going to get worse because it's going to definitely lose its charm by the end. I'm going to get a volume 5, and the ending's going to be a nothing burger of an ending. And it's just going to piss me off, probably. I don't know. The Apothecary Diaries, volumes 1 through 3. I really enjoyed this. I don't really have a lot to say about it, though, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. I really like the main character. Main character's great. Her chemistry with, like, the main guy is very, very nice to read. She's a great contrast to the world around her. She's, like, this very, like, up-spirited person, but also it's very, like, a chic comedic side, if you will. But, like, Apothecary is very good. It's just, it struggles a bit in the setting department, I guess. Next, I got Diamonds of the Shadow Realm. Haven't read. I got Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. I have read. It's very good. One of the best romances I've ever read. It's a slice of life. It's one of the only slice of lives I can actually read and actually enjoy. Next, I got Call of the Night. I was actually paid to read this. Sorry, I'm sick. It was very good. I read the first 2 volumes. I think it portrays vampires very well, and I enjoy the characters enough to keep reading, but it hasn't sold me yet, and I'm waiting for that to happen. So I'm going to purchase some of the later volumes, volume 3, 4, 5 maybe. I'll continue reading. Die Dark, Hellsing, both haven't read. Parasite, I read actually on a bus to DC. I went to Washington, DC on a bus, and I read Parasite. It's good. Nothing really to say. It's definitely of its time. The art is, like, very, very basic. It's kind of hard to look at it sometimes because it's just so, like, cut and dry. But yeah, I mean, like, it's good. Like, it's very, very good. Next, I got Freerun Volume 1. I'm gonna plan on reading this because of just how much praise it gets. Like, I want it to get good. I don't know. It just hasn't sold me yet. The first chapter and stuff was good, but I wish they played more into the fact that she's, like, immortal and that time just moves fast for her. Like, there's a scene where she, like, goes to a shop and she's like, hey, I need to get this thing, and the guy's like, oh, I don't have it, maybe, like, there's probably out, somewhere here, and she goes on that thing, and there's a double page spread of just a bunch of panels of her, like, going on a journey with no dialogue, and she comes back and the guy's an old man. I wish they played into that more. Like, I wish it was just like, oh, we don't have it. And she goes, oh, okay, I'm just going to go out for a walk for a second. She goes out for a walk in one panel. And the next panel, she comes back and he's an old man. Like, she went on a walk for 50 years or something like that. Like, something absolutely crazy like that. It just shows, like, how much time goes by, like, in what little time for her. Like, that would be so interesting. But it takes a more, like, indirect route, which is fine. And I heard it gets, like, very, very good. They've only introduced, like, 2 of the main characters. I think there's, like, 3. Next, I got Spider-Man Fake Red. Good Spider-Man story if you like Spider-Man, but if you don't, this isn't going to do much for you. School Frozen in Time. This is one of the first series I actually reviewed. Actually, someone put in, I still remember this to this day, I don't know if he's still watching, but he put in a giant-ass, long-ass comment about the ending, because I didn't really like it, and I read the entire thing, and it was a great, like, depiction of the ending. And I read the entire thing, and it, like, made me retrospect about the ending. The ending is, like, not good in my opinion, but hey, if he liked it, you know? Next I got a Yashimon of Volumes 1 through 3. It's good, but I mean, I can tell why I got axed. It's pretty boring. Next I got Ajin, Volumes 1 through 9. I've read the first 3 volumes, loved it so much I bought like, you know, through 9. I think there's like 18 volumes. Gonna continue reading, loving it so far. D. Gray Man, video is coming soon. Someone paid me to make a video about it. It's coming soon. I just gotta read volume 4 and I will make it. Witch Hat Atelier, volume 1. I got this from East Coast Manga too. I haven't read it yet. I'm so sorry. Golden Kamui, volumes 1 through 13. I read the first 3 volumes. I think it's fine, but people are saying it's incredible, and I really, really want to continue it. I saw a clip where like there's like a semen detective or something. I don't know. It just looked hella funny, and I really, really want to continue it for that reason. Next, I got Pluto, volumes 1 through 8. I've read the first 4 or 5. I think I've read the first 4 volumes. I think that's where I'm at. Halfway through the series, it's picking up. First 2 volumes were pretty boring. I liked it. I liked the setting. I love like the tone and stuff, but you know, like it could definitely have done more, and it's doing more right now. Like things are starting to pick up now, so I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. I gotta rest my voice once in a while. Innocent, volumes 1 to 2, haven't read. Killing Stalking, I read the first volume, and for some reason I've decided to keep collecting. I'm probably gonna read this for Christmas. I'm gonna read this on Christmas, December 25th. I'm gonna read this entire thing, and I'm gonna give it to my friend for Christmas. Mob Psycho, volumes 1 through 13. I've read the first 8 or so volumes. Very, very good. It's definitely starting to pick up. I love Mob as the main character. I love Reagan. I love like this eeriness that Mob has, where you know you like the guy, but you're just like, it's like so suspenseful whether he'll reach like 100% or whatever or not, and it's just really, really good. I got Hulk. I bought this on a whim because I saw it in a YouTube video, and I haven't read it. Elusive Samurai. I'm probably gonna sell this pretty soon. I think it's incredibly boring. I read like the first 3 or 4 volumes, but the anime is like incredible. Just go watch the anime. I got Oshinoko, volumes 1 through 3. I've read all 3 of these. Pretty disappointed, honestly, by the series, but I'm going to talk about it more in my manga log anyway. Next, I got Aruma-kun. Welcome to Demon School, Aruma-kun, to be specific. I read the first 2 or 3 volumes. Oh, no, I read the first 3 volumes. Because this guy, spoiler alert, this guy, like, portrays them. Yeah, I read the first 3 volumes. Very, very good. Just super charming. Love the characters. The chemistry is great. The world is very, very good. Like, just really, really good overall. I got Go-Go Loser Ranger, volumes 1 through 10. This series is fine. It starts off good. In the middle, it gets really, really wonky. The story has like no pace. It has no connection to anything. It kind of just feels like we're doing stuff. There's like no plan. There's like actually no objective. I mean, the objective is to kill all the Rangers, but they go on like these weird ass side quests to do this weird. Like, it's so weird. I like genuinely don't even know what's happening anymore. They're like in the newest volume, or not in the newest, but like volume 7 or volume 8, they're stuck in like a time loop or something. I don't even know what's happening. Whatever though, I'm gonna keep reading. And then if I don't even like it by volume 10, I'm probably just gonna sell it. I say I Gantz, volumes 1 through 12. There are 13 volumes. I read this entire thing. It's incredible, but I feel like there's 13 volumes. Whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Yeah, incredible. That's really all I gotta say about it. Let's got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, volumes 1 through 3. The first part, I think this part was fine, but I do hear this is like the worst part. I think it's very charming. Like, the dialogue is super campy, and I really like that. But other than that, there's not much to it. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to keep reading. I literally heard that this is probably the worst part. This or part 2 is like the worst part. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading that. Next, I got One Punch Man, volumes 1 through 10. No, I don't. I have 1 through 6. I'm missing 7, 8. I have 9, 10, 12, 16, 24, 27. This series is incredibly hard to buy, and I read the first 3 volumes. I liked it. I'm gonna keep reading it. I'm like trying to keep collecting it, but yeah, I mean, One Punch Man. I did a video on this, kind of. I did a discussion video. Go watch it. It's one of my favorites I've ever made. So yeah. Kaiju number 8, volumes 1 through 10. Very good. First part of this manga. It's just really campy, really boring, honestly. Like, the art is pretty good, but it's really all I had for it, and it's starting to like get into its own and starting to get really good. Next, I got Akane Banashi, volumes 1 through 5. Haven't read it. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, volume 1. I really liked it. I think the ending is pretty overdrawn. I think the ending could be a lot shorter, but I really liked it. It's just like your classic sad manga. It's sad, but like it's, nothing crazy in my opinion. Like there's sadder stuff I've read. Sakura Saku, volumes 1 through 4, for the first 2 or 3 volumes, I believe. It's very good. Very, very good shoujo series. I'm trying to get more into shoujo, and if you want to get into shoujo, I think you should start with this, because it's very like, basic level stuff like that. Doesn't make it bad, but I'm just describing the series, okay? I'm not a hypocrite, I swear to God. Dark Gathering, volumes 1 and 2. Read volume 1. It's like this really weird. I didn't really like it very much, honestly, but I'm gonna keep reading it. I'm gonna read volume 2, maybe volume 3, and if I don't like it, I'll sell it. But I read volume 1, and it was good, but it's just like, it's a horror manga, but it's also kind of a comedy manga. So like, it's like, but it doesn't do well at either of those, and the characters aren't interesting. So yeah, like I don't care. I got Marriage Toxin, volumes 1 through 3. This is a series I care about. It's very good. I really enjoyed this manga. About this guy, he has to get married for his family, so he like gets a marriage coach on how to get like mad bitches, and she helps him. There is kind of like a moral issue in this, and where he needs to meet other women, so he's going on dates with like a lot of multiple women, and it's kind of like, bro, just marry the first girl you meet. Like, you kind of fixed your problem there. Honestly, the first girl he meets is like a really nice person, and she's like really wants to help people. If you just tell her your situation, she'll probably just get legally married with you, and you never have to see her again. Like, honestly, you could probably just do that, and you'd be chilling. I got this one, Batman, Battle of the Justice League, I think it's called. Or no, Justice Buster. My bad. Batman Justice Buster. I haven't read it. Dissolving Classroom by Junji Ito. This was okay. The art, again, horror, incredible. It's a bunch of short stories in this one volume. But, oh my god, are the characters ass. Ring Side of Doubt, volumes 1 and 2. This is a very, basic horror manga. It just doesn't do characters well, honestly. The horror is very good, but the characters are just so boring. I could see the twist from a mile away. And then they introduced a second twist, and I was pretty surprised. PTSD Radio, I read the first volume. Very good. I'm very intrigued. I got The Girl from the Other Side, the first 2 beautiful omnibuses. I'm halfway through the first volume, but I'll probably have to start again because it's been a while. Yeah, it's just super, super good. The Blue Wolves of Mibu, haven't read. Rooster Fighter, volumes 1 through 6. I just bought volume 7. Very, very good. Just basically One Punch Man if it was all roosters. And it takes itself so seriously. It's so funny. Please read it. It's very good. Next, I got Boys Abyss, volumes 1 through 5. I read all of these. Very good. It's definitely picking up the pace a lot more. It's getting a lot better. I had a big problem with, in the beginning, they kind of glorified suicide, where, characters would just talk about suicide so willy-nilly, and it just didn't feel as serious as it should be. I feel like suicide should be treated in media as a last resort. Characters shouldn't just be talking about it on a whim. Same thing in real life, whatever. I'm not even going to get into it, because this is a whole bag of worms that I don't want to get into. But, yeah, it's starting to get a lot better. I'm starting to see the relationships, more defined. Things are starting to get a lot more interesting. So, yeah, it's very good. Next, I got Delicious in Dungeon, volumes 1 and 2. I want to get more of this, but I'm waiting for the box set, because box set looks incredible. It just has all the volumes. And it'll probably come on sale pretty soon, because that's how Amazon works. But, yeah, these 2 volumes were very, very good. I really liked them. I really like this girl character, because I love her, chapter about her feeling, inadequate with her magic, and she's trying to help the group, and she just can't, because she's just not very good at it, but she helps out in other ways. It's just, a very, very good, all-around, it's very, Full Metal Alchemist, where, all around, it's incredible. It's all around. Silver Spoon, volumes 1 through 5. Same author of Full Metal Alchemist, but I haven't read it yet. Blue Giant, volumes 1 through 5. incredible read. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. It's just kind of boring in the middle here, but I'm obsessed with manga where the main character drops everything for no reason and goes to pursue a goal that he knows nothing about. I absolutely love those type of manga, and Blue Giant is one of those. And the ending had me so fucking sad for no reason. Please print the sequel, because if you print the sequel, I will give you all my money. I got Ranma. The anime is actually coming out. I've heard it's very good. And actually, these volumes are very different because they're printed on the other side. So this is where it's like an actual like English book. Yeah, Ranma 1/2. I have not read it yet though. And then Prince of Tennis. I got these out of half-price books. The volume quality is awful, but it's Prince of Tennis. Like the series is like 100 years old. And I got it. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna collect this series anytime soon. But I'm excited to read it. Alright. Next. Hold on. I gotta roll all the way back here. We're close, guys. We're almost done. We're pretty close. Hold on. All right. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. Let me go eat after this. I got Perfect World, volumes 1 through 12. I read the first volume a while ago, fell in love with it, got the rest, and I've already planned this from the beginning of the year. I'm planning on reading this by the end of the year. So that will be ready. Next, I got Beastars, volumes 1 through 22. I've read this entire thing. Incredible read, top 20. If you can like just ignore all the furry shit, like there's a scene, volumes 1 or 2, where some pretty miscuous, I guess miscuous is the right word, kind of, stuff happens. And it's, if you can look behind that, if you just don't look at that stuff, you ignore it, this series is an incredible read. It's one of the greatest depictions of race, but also gender, what's looked at in a very realistic society. Genuinely just an incredible read. It's also a crime drama too. Like, it's so hard to explain what this manga is even about. But it's about so many things, but it's also about nothing. Incredible, go read it. And then I have like the spin-off of Beast Complex. It's fine. And then I got Drip Drip by the same author. Very good. I'm waiting for that Santa manga to come out though. That seems so interesting because in this volume, she releases like a snippet of it and she's like, I really want to make a Santa manga. So I'm excited for the Santa manga. Also, the author is the daughter of Baki. She's the daughter of the author of Baki, which is pretty funny. Next, I got The Kingdom of the Gods. I made a review on this actually on my channel for short. I'm starting to review a series a day or whatever. And it's okay. It's like good. But the art is just like the standout point of this. Next, I got Crazy Food Truck, volumes 1 through 3. Very good. Kind of hard to talk about just because of how short it is. But it's just about this guy who just meets this woman like on the road. And it's in like this dystopian part of the world. And he just like sees her and like picks her up and makes her food. It's a very wholesome series. It's kind of like Food Wars, but in the apocalypse. And there is like a lot of romance in there too. There's also a lot of nudity too. Like they really, really like heavy hand the nudity in this. Next we got Monster, volumes 1 through 9. I've read this entire thing. Incredible read. Very, very good. That ending was so good. I need to like retrospect about the series and wonder what it really means because I genuinely don't know. Next I got Wave, Listen to Me, volumes 1 and 2. Haven't read this yet. Tower of God, volumes 1 and 2. I read the first volume, thought it was fine, but they're starting to get into like this hunter exam, like Chunin exams kind of thing, where, you know, they're like taking a test and we're meeting all these different characters and stuff that are very fun and interesting. And volume 2 is probably going to continue that, and I'm excited to read it. Next I got Ado, I don't know like what you would call this, but I haven't read it yet. About the first 3 volumes though. Next I got Blade of the Immortal. It's okay. The first half was so boring, but the art is very good, so I pushed through it, and the second half is getting a lot better. I can tell the series is going to get a lot better. Next I got Barakamon, volume 1, haven't read. I got Fragrant Flower, Blooms with Dignity. This is incredible. It's my favorite romance. It's gotta be my favorite romance. This is so good. I am more interested and invested in this relationship than my own relationship. That's how you know a manga is good. Next, I got The Summer Hikaru Died, volumes 1 through 4. Great read, great horror manga. It's fine though. I read the first like 2 or 3 volumes. Full Night, I read the first volume. Basically the best first volume I've ever read, not counting one-shots. Like genuinely so good. I cannot wait to read volume 2. Probably gonna read it after this, honestly. Next, I got Goodbye Eri, favorite Tatsuki Fujimoto work of all time. Better than Look Back, better than Chainsaw Man, better than Fire Punch. My favorite work by him. Top 20, not top 10. Definitely top 20, maybe top 15. Next, I got The Breaker, volumes 1 through 5. It's just super, super fun. It's like this really, really cool showcase of like kung fu / karate. The art is incredible. By the end of this, like the main like mentor character is the most badass motherfucker on the planet. He's so cool. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed. Next, I got Asadora, volumes 1 through 7. I read the first 6 volumes, I think. It's really good. I'm really, really liking where this manga's going. It might be no, it's not. Monster is definitely better, and maybe Pluto, but it's definitely one of my favorite Naruki Urasawa works. Next, I got Record of Ragnarok, volumes 1 through 12, about volume 13 a little bit ago. And yeah, I'm enjoying the series to the hell of it. This next fight is about to be fucking sick. Next, I got Blue Period, volumes 1 through 14, in my top 10. I don't know where this would go. It'd probably go like 6 or 7. Probably 7. Blue Period, incredible read, incredible manga. It drops off a little bit between like 8, 9, and 10, but it picks right back up, and it gets so good. I'm like, the biggest issue I have with it is like where is it going? Because the first 6 to 7 volumes are genuinely the most perfect shit. It's like actually the perfect story of all time. It's like actually the perfect manga, and then we get like to actual college and it drops off a little bit, and I don't even know where we're going anymore. I think we're gonna just follow this guy's life until he becomes the greatest artist of all time, but we'll see. I know she has an ending in mind. I'm just curious. Next, I have Snowball Earth, volumes 1 and 2. I read these 2, and I thought they were good. And that's really it. I might continue it, I might not. I got Ursa Yatsura, haven't read. The Golden Sheep, so I'm just trying to speed through this now because we're at minute 50. The Golden Sheep, good, very mature, but has some pacing issues, and some of the characters are just way too forgiven for their own liking. Actually, one character. I got Jujutsu Kaisen, volumes 1 through 10, actually 0 through 10, and volume 20. I read the first 6 or 7 volumes, I believe. It's good. I wouldn't call it great or anything, though, but I'm excited to keep reading. Next, I got The 100 Girlfriends, volumes 1 through 11. I love The 100 Girlfriends, one of the funniest manga I've ever read. I love the chemistry in this. It's not a harem manga. I will stand on my grave, it's not a harem manga, but it is like just genuinely incredible. Next, I got One Dance, volumes 1 through 9. I think volume 10 is going to release pretty soon. Yeah, this is a dancing manga, and it's very, very good. I need to keep reading. I'm at like volume 6. I got The Flowers of Evil, volumes 1 through 4. Shuzo Oshimi, You've Done It Again. All of his works are incredible. It's probably like my least favorite, definitely, but just because like the topic matter is so like gross and disgusting. But around the end, it makes it full circle and is incredible. He does endings so well. I can't wait to read the ending of Blood on the Tracks. I read like the volume 13. Next, I got Soul Eater, volumes 1 through 15. I'm on volume 5. I'm like around the end of it. We're getting to like a climax of an arc, and it's good. It's good. It's just it's got like a lot of pacing issues, but it's very good. I'm enjoying it. Next, I got Kaguya-sama Love is War, volumes 1. What is that? 28. 28. Good. I just didn't like the ending arc. The ending arc just like takes such a shift in tone. I like can't take it seriously. But the ending is very good. Like the actual ending of it is like very, very good. Next, I got Black Clover, volumes 1 through 24. I have to read volumes like 8, 9, and 10. I'm gonna continue this. I picked this all up like a while ago, like around the beginning of my collection. I just haven't like finished it. Next, I got Spy Family, volumes 1 through 10. I think this is okay, but I'm probably gonna sell it soon just because I feel no emotional attachment to any of these characters, and I just don't care for slice of life. I got Made in Abyss, haven't read. Shonen no Boy Soprano, I've read the first volume. I thought it was okay. I was actually in a choir. Might be surprising because of how much my voice is breaking up right now. But I was in a choir. I was very good. And it's very nostalgic for that reason. I got Fire Force, ones 1 through 6. Good manga. It's good because I haven't read it yet. Dead of Demons, Destruction. I read the first volume, maybe the first 2. I think I've read I've read the first 2 volumes. I've been looking to get more just because of how good the art is and how fun the characters are, but just haven't had time. Next, I got Under Ninja. I read all of these volumes, and they're good. Like, it's like very, very good. Honestly, it's like a funny depiction of ninjas in like our modern society, and I really enjoy it. Sayonara Football. I've had this in my collection for actually the longest time, and I haven't read it yet. I got Ride Your Wave, one of the first reviews I've ever done on this channel. Don't watch that video. It's god-awful. And it's okay. It's very good. Tatsuki Fujimoto, Before Chainsaw Man. I've read both of these, and they're both decent. I got Food Wars, volumes 1 through 36. And this is also very, very good. I love Food Wars. It's just a very campy, cheesy manga, but it has a very heartfelt message at the end. And it got me to tear up a little bit by the end as well. So, yeah. Food Wars, super, super good, but it is very like ecchi. I mean, they stopped doing like the ecchi stuff around like volume like 8 or something, and they take more creative ways in doing it. But it's still like incredible. And then I also have like the Haikyuu art book. I just put it down here for shits and giggles. I have no clue where I'm gonna actually put it though. Throughout this entire collection. And now we're almost done. We're on the final shelf. Down here, and then we're done. Alright, down here, I have The Promised Neverland, which is very good. I read the first 7 volumes. I actually just read volumes 4, 5, 6, and 7. I think. I believe so. And it's very good. I'm enjoying the shit out of it right now. There is kind of like very little direction, and I think that's the point, is for there to be like no direction right now, at least where we're at in the story. But it's a bit alarming. Oh, excuse me. But I do hear like the arc we're getting into is about to be like the best arc in the series. Next I have Berserk, volumes 1 through 10 and volume 14. I haven't read this yet. I haven't started this yet. I'm going to probably continue it. I'm going to start reading it soon. I don't know. I mean, it's like the most known manga besides like any manga as an anime. It's like the most known manga that doesn't have an anime is Berserk, or like Kagurabachi or something. I got Magi down there, which I've never read. Sakamoto Days, volumes 1 through 12. Anime is coming out soon. I honestly think the anime is going to flop just because the greatest thing about Sakamoto Days is the fights and how fluid they are in the manga. But with animation, as long as it's not animated like Blue Lock, like the motion's already going to be there, so... And the writing is like really bad in Sakamoto Days. Like that dialogue is just not good. I'm sorry to say, the dialogue is not good. Next I got Goku Rakugai, I haven't read. Black Torch, I read the first volume. Fun premise, I'm just, I just gotta get into it. It got acts 2, so it's not really a real ending, but I'm excited to read it. I got Candy and Cigarettes, volumes 1 through 9. I don't really have a lot to say about this. I think it's okay. But I'm gonna finish it. There's only 10 volumes. And I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy these 2 main characters and stuff. I got the One Piece Shokugeki no Sanji story and the Ace spinoff. I think they're both good in their own right, but, they're not One Piece. I got Eden Zero right down there. I think that's very good. Someone paid me to read that, but I also think it's very good. I think the writing is very, very basic, but the world building is incredible and the art is very good. I got Live Forever by Raul Trevino. Not a manga, but the premise and the art wanted me to get this, and it looked so good. And I think there's only like 2 or 3 volumes, so I'm gonna continue reading it. Well, I haven't read it yet, but I'm gonna read it. Next, I got Versus. It's by the same author of One Punch Man and Mob Psycho. So I'm excited to read that. Honestly, it was kind of unbelievable that it's the same author because it doesn't have a 1 in the title, but same thing. So I'm excited to read it. And finally, I have a manga that's not created by the same author as One Punch Man or Mob. It is Mashal. Magic and Muscles or something like that. What is this called again? Mashal. What is this manga called? It's called, yeah, Magic and Muscles. I was correct. Okay. I'll fix that later. Very good. I actually think this manga is super underrated. Incredible read, incredibly funny, sick one-liners, just like good all around. Like obviously, like characters can be improved, story can be improved, but it's there to make you laugh, and it makes me laugh a shit ton. Okay, and that is my manga collection. I guess I can show the rest of the room if you want to keep watching. This is my chair that I usually read in, like either these two chairs I read in. This is my table. I use this table to like film stuff. My comic books I have a ping on the table I gotta put away. There's my actual chair that I like read stuff in, put stuff in. This is where I make videos in. It's the GOAT. And then that's it. And then I have like a fridge here. I don't have anything in there, but I gotta like put stuff in there. And that's the rest of my basement. Okay, thank you for watching. Here's my manga collection. Like, comment, subscribe. My Twitter, my anime list are both in the description down below. Also, if you want any manga, manhwa, comic, not even in my collection, if you want any of them reviewed, all you gotta do is pay me money, like $2, literally nothing, and I will review it for you. So yeah, I've already done one for One Piece and Bleach. You can go into, you know, my playlist or whatever, it's in there. It'll just say like Money Bags reviews, and you'll see those two videos. Watch those. If you like the format of those, you can just give me money and I'll do the review. So yeah, and I talked about a little bit. I talked about Saga, I talked about Call of the Night, I talked about what's it called, Eden Zero. You know, those are manga that people pay me to do that I am reading actively. Andy Gray Man. So yeah, all right, that's gonna be the end of the video. Bye.